we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
So the only problem we have with this bed, lengthwise, it works out really nice, but widthwise, it's very narrow for two people. So we've been trying to figure out if there's any way we can practically and simply make this bed a little bit wider. And so we've come up with a plan that we're going to execute. And the simplest way to explain this is that we're going to put rails in, little wooden rails here and here. And we're going to have a plank that we can easily store that can sit down on these rails. And we've discovered that the cushion that is the backrest is exactly the right size to be relocated as a bottom cushion and set on this rail right down the middle of the hallway here in the boat. The thing we have to work on, I should say, is this front step to get out of the front of the boat. The front step is currently fixed in position. And so we have come up with a very simple solution, which I'll show you as soon as it arrives. And that is a mount on the wall that is removable, that the step can just slot in and be pulled back off for making the bed. The final component and troublesome area we have to deal with is this table that fits in here. The problem is that it doesn't create a very straight line to put a cushion in. So our plan is going to be, and maybe not in the first round here, but our plan will be to redo this table so that it fits in a straight line, so the cushion from the backrest will fit right in here. So the table project is going to be part 2. The first project will be to put the rails in. And when we do the removable step, we're going to use that same removable bracket and we're going to affix it right here above the heater. And that way the plank that fits in here will slot in, and then it'll slot in and then it'll lay down here and hold in position. So that is a summary of what we're going to do. And keep our fingers crossed this works good and doesn't look tacky. And I'll let you follow along the process and see how it comes together. So I'm going to show you my progress on some things here as far as our bed project goes. So these are the metal pieces they're designed for RV tables to mount against a wall. So the stairs, they were just held on with 2 screws. I just took them off, and I've actually drilled new holes for the or the piece that goes against the steps, and then this piece that goes against the wall, it'll slot right in there. So I gotta tighten this up yet. It's just test fitting, so that's good.
So we're sitting here discussing how to recreate this bracket same as we did on the stairs. However, we found that it was nearly impossible due to that ridge underneath the carpet. So we're keeping it simple and using the same solution as the sides.
So we're here in the front of the boat, and I'm going to catch everybody up on various projects we're doing here. Got quite a mess going. So I was originally just looking at putting a VHF radio up here, built into the cabinet above the driver's seat, and decided also to go ahead and put a new stereo in here because the old FM radio was, I mean, you couldn't Bluetooth to it and didn't work very good. And so, you know, we love our tunes on the boat, so we're going to upgrade that too. So I've started pulling everything out, and luckily this fuse block in here, that pretty much was only serving the old stuff that was in here, which I've pulled all out. So I've got lots of connections there. That's nice. I can use that for the new radio and the new VHF, and that'll make things easy. The radio antenna is still in here, so that's great. I've left various wires in here that I might need. Speaker wires going to all the speakers. I'm going to just reuse those. They're all in decent condition, so I've got all the speaker wires here. And that's where we are there. Also, we're in the process of replacing the cables for the throttle and the shifters that go up to the top of the flybridge. And those cables run from the back of the boat, they run up from the floor, but when they go up to the flybridge, they run up through this pillar. And you can peek behind here and you can see there's a space there, and it goes up to the flybridge. So right now the only thing going up there is the cable for the steering, because I pulled the other ones out. And to get them detached, I had to pull both of these. The throttle I had to loosen. This one I had to take completely out, be able to reach everything and unhook everything. So we're excited. The new cables are coming in, and we'll definitely film more as we're reinstalling, because that should be interesting to get them pushed through and connected. So now the other thing about the stereo, getting back to the stereo again, I happen to have this kicker subwoofer that I had once in a previous car that fit right under the seat. Terrific little subwoofer, and I realized it'll fit right under the seat of the boat here and be totally out of the way. So I'm running wire from all the way up there all the way down here to connect to the subwoofer. And I went ahead and just used speaker wire, although you don't have to use speaker wire for this particular job. But I had a lot of speaker wire, so what the heck. So I've got enough speaker wire, and I was able to run it all the way through. So I ran it down the channel there by pulling out one old wire that was in there from a previous fish finder. Used that as a pull string, and I pulled the speaker wire down to behind where the heater goes in right here. This is the heater. Then I used this drill bit, which is actually a masonry drill bit, but I used that to easily drill through the foam, because this is foamed in here. So I was able to easily drill a hole right through to under here where the electronics go. I used that bit to hollow out the foam, and I used a regular drill bit to drill through the side into here. So now I'm ready to start to get all the wires for the subwoofer sorted out. The nice thing is, because the power converter is down here, I do have a line coming directly from the battery, because subwoofer is supposed to power directly off the battery. So I can tap into some good power right there, because I've got that line to the battery. I think I'll have everything I need to make the subwoofer work terrifically. And I can, yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. I've had to buy a new adapter wiring harness for this subwoofer, and I've had to download the instructions. So we're going to see how we do hooking that up. So now I want to show you my plan for the VHF radio and the new FM radio. Problem I had is that the new devices are not the same shape as the old FM radio, and there was no way to cut new holes and not have something exposed because nothing here is as wide as the old FM radio. So what I've done is I've got some black melamine 1/4 inch board, and I've just cut out a little panel, and I've then cut out for the radio and for the VHF, and I, as kind of a placeholder, I have a little tiny voltage meter. At some point we'll upgrade the power, we'll put a larger voltage meter, probably a Victron, and then I can just drill a larger hole and I can put it right in the same place. So this guy will allow me to make a larger hole, put everything in, wire it, and then I can just use blackhead screws, and I'll figure out how many screws I need, and I'll just screw this on here, and then should we ever need to make changes, we can just take it off and access from what's behind there. So liking the way that's going to look. I did have to take a black magic marker and color the edge of this, and I could have probably ordered some acrylic or something a little nicer, but I had this black melamine, a piece of it, and so I didn't have to pay for anything, and I think it's going to work fine. So and to me it looks fine. So that's the plan for the stereo. We're about to the point we're going to have to cut the wood on the boat, which is the part I've been not wanting to do. But I've started to make some marks on here and measure out how it's gonna go, and cut out as little as possible. Oh yeah, look at that. I think that's beautiful. And this guy will hook up here, something like that, we'll figure it out. Yeah, so I've reconsidered how we're going to do this, because looking at how this antenna clears the bimini just doesn't truly clear it when you mount it up high. So I think the best option we have is go on the opposite side of the flybridge, where there's not a horn and other things in the way. And in a perfect world, I guess we could mount it right to the top of the boat up here, and it would definitely fold down and clear everything, but I'm not sure how much I like putting big screws in the top of the boat. So I think I'm going to still mount it to the side of the flybridge right at the base, and my test in here shows that I can still fold it down and just clear the railing. And so that's the plan. Hopefully that once installed proves to be true, but testing sure shows that we have the clearance there, so we're going to go for it.
Perfect. Nice.
That'll work.
That's what he's doing right there. He's trying to space out the screw holes to screw this panel that he made onto that.
Problem is now we're gonna put tape over it so we don't mess up the finish. If I just use a sharp drill bit, I'm not that worried about it, but but you say tape it. We should have taped it before we marked it.
Yeah, we should have. How confident in yourself were you?
99%.
Tell the camera how confident in
I'm
yourself.
confident we won't mess up the finish. With a nice sharp drill bit.
Okay. This might be an I told you so moment.
Yeah, it usually is with us, isn't it?
But we shall see. This was not an I told you so moment. Dang it!
Aren't you glad for that?
Yes, I am actually.
Okay. Okay.
There it is. There's our marine radio, voltage meter, and radio installation.
Nice.
Complete. He's measuring and calculating, and he may or may not be intoxicated.
This is a marker and a pen. I never realized it. I was wondering what was going on.
Hence me saying he may or may not be intoxicated.
All this time I was wondering what was going on the back end of this pen.
Well,
I realized.
Babe, it has two lids for a reason.
Well, I thought it was just broken.
Okay, I love you.
I really
It's
thought
not broken if it came like that.
I didn't know that. As you can see up here on the side of the fly bridge on the ladder, use the template from the speakers to draw out how it's going to be with the drill holes and the cutout for the speakers. Okay, so ready for the test fit. See if we botched this or if we did okay. Okay, so I can see all the screw holes lining up. Seems to fit perfectly good. Fitting them all in there is going to be fun, huh? One at a time might be the way you do this. So, still working on the cable situation here, and I managed to push the fish tape up from below without too much struggle. I pushed it all the way through here. So, if you look, I have tied so far 2 cables onto the fish tape, and I've wrapped like crazy with electrical tape the leading edge of each cable to hopefully limit it catching on anything. And then the fish tape's actually running pretty well back to the second cable here. And I'm kind of thinking that as we go along, I'm going to wrap in the other 2 cables and try to shove them all together. I'm feeling pretty good about getting all 4 down, but leading with the longer ones, these are 4 feet longer, so they're going to be most of the way down before I'd absolutely have to tie the other ones on. In fact, we might almost be able to get these all the way through and tie the other ones on and still pull, and once they're all the way through, we can back them up a little bit. So that's the plan. We'll get Beth here helping. We'll pull and pull from one end, push from the other, and this hopefully will be real easy. Okay, well, with her pushing and me pulling, we got that thing through. Good job, baby. They're all here. Just got to unwrap the electrical tape.
So first I want to say thank you for watching our videos. It truly humbles us that anybody cares what we're doing.
Yeah, so many people have been so interested in this boat and really want to see us get out on the water again. So we just want to let you know that it's going to be a little while before we're back out on the water again, because one thing leads to another. And
as you all know, with boat projects, you open a can of worms with something that you're doing.
Yeah, so she really wanted the fly bridge to be fully operational. And so, so you saw already we've been working on getting the new cables up there so that we can control the boat, from up there. Those cables need replacing. But she also wanted new seats. And so to put the new seats, we realized we have to do some fiberglass work. And then there's actually quite a bit more fiberglass work if we're doing fiberglass work. And then also, we both really want a water maker. So we've ordered the water maker. And that's going to be a huge project. And we realized that to power the water maker, we're going to have to do some work on the power for the boat. And so...
And basically, like I said, one thing led to another.
Yeah,
and now
we're getting
in the midst of basically a refit.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things happening, and it's going to take a while to get it all right and done and working. So
we appreciate your patience. I hope you enjoy the project videos. However, if you don't, then you can reconvene with us when we're back on the water adventuring.
Exactly. So that's what to expect. But we're going to try to get those, get this work done and get it cranked out and get the videos cranked out so you can see what all that we're doing. So that's it, and we'll see you on the next video.
Again, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like. Maybe leave a comment if it's nice.
All that stuff really helps our channel to grow, because now we realize how many people, want to do it. We're going to make sure we keep filming. So, yep, that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks.